say that my operating position is getting a little out of hand. We need to do something about this. Well, viewers of this channel will know the scatological way I tend to work, but everyone has their threshold for mess, and eventually things get to the point where I need to do something about them so that I can be a little bit more productive than I presently am in the shack. So the mission is to complete some form of storage and organisation for all my QRP toys. Now there's been some old storage shelving that I found on cleanup day, the council pickup day. It was just left on the side of the road and it's been sitting on the front veranda for a long time. I've been getting a lot of QRM from the wife, the XYL, about this thing that's been sitting there. Why is this junk on the front veranda? So the plan is to resurrect that shelving, get that so that I can be using it in the shack. But before I do that, I'm going to have to do some domestic chores to placate and make my domestic reality a little bit more comfortable. So I have to install a doorbell that we found on a trip that we took when we went to Pimp in this beautiful snowy mountains. And I've also got a cuckoo clock to install that we picked up on our last trip to Germany. So we'll get that done very, very quickly so that we can get on to the fun stuff. Ham radio. This is a cuckoo clock that we got recently from Germany, on our trip to Germany. Right. What's the amp worth? Oh, okay.
So what I think it is, I think.
And this is We are doing the QRS Tuesday night slow Morse net, and we have, as you saw, refurbed this, what my wife was calling piece of rubbish that was on the balcony for about a month. Found it on cleanup day, and I just thought it looked the perfect size to fit in the space that I had left on this bench. And as luck would have it, it is absolutely the perfect length to fit here. And the idea is that we will be putting all of our lovely QRP gear, stuff like the chocolate box receiver. I built this receiver at the right at the beginning of when I just had returned to ham radio after a 30-year hiatus. I decided I was going to earn my bands and build every single piece of equipment. The idea was to get on 80 meters, totally homebrew, key, receiver, transmitter. It's a mooncake transmitter. I operated this first of all before I managed to get the receiver working, and was going through online SDR radios and that sort of thing. Had a heap of fun with this. Worked with Peter Parker on it as well. He was very patient, and we had to play QRP to QRP via SDR radios. And so what the plan is it's going to be a little toy box where I can put all my QRP gear. So it's visible, and if it's visible and it's there and it's accessible, I'm more likely to pick it up and plug it in where we will be setting up QRP gear to take it for a spin, so that all the gear doesn't just sit there and gather dust. So the idea is all of this space here on the bench, I will have to play. I will set that area up as a designated QRP landing place to have a play. I am going to need a bit more space coming up because I plan on building a linear amplifier from scratch. When I say linear amplifier, you know, probably 40 or 50 watts, so that my Hermes light has just a little bit more grunt when I feel like I want to do a little bit of, I won't call it QRO, but normal power mounts. I still am a huge fan of QRP, but I'm not religiously QRP. I can occasionally break out and, you know, do a 20 or 30 or 40 watts. It's the boat anchor here, which I never let go over 50 watts at the moment because my antenna selector box over here, which there's a video on the channel about, will only go up to about 100 watts, and this beast of a thing can sometimes peak at 120, 130, even 140 watts. And so I don't want to destroy my antenna box, so I tend to like wind it back to about half power, and more than enough to get things done. And you can probably hear, like I was saying, I was just working the QRS net. There's a few stations out and about, and I've worked at a South Australian station and a VK2 station. I am not a prolific operator. I don't do a heck of a lot of operating, but get this all set up. I'll show you how it all looks at the end. Time for some shells. Time to play. This is a nice box to keep cables in and headphones, things like that. I've always wanted a place to show off the typewriter. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching this revamp of the shack as much as I've enjoyed doing it. Certainly going to enjoy this space a lot more now that it's more organised. I've got to say, I feel absolutely blessed to have a place like this to come to escape, to dream, and to do the things that I enjoy. 7 to 3, and I will see you in the next episode of The Art of Engineering. Bye.